This is Trepacer, or Paul. I'm going to put this on both my channels. I just got through watching Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, with the extra 30 minutes. And I just got through watching it on Amazon, Amazon.com, Amazon Video. And I have to say, I love the Ultimate Edition. It's you get more of Lex's plan in this movie, and you get more Clark Kent. More importantly, you get more Clark Kent. You get a lot of scenes of Clark Kent were cut out. A lot of him investigating, a lot of him with his personal thoughts, a little bit more of him and Lois together. And what I really like is that it really gave you more of Clark Kent. Like in the regular theatrical edition, a lot of his scenes were cut out. So that's how I know when a lot of people said that Superman was not fully fleshed out in the movie, and it was a more Batman. In this Ultimate Edition, you get more of Clark's point of view, and it feels more of it does feel more of like a Superman movie. He feels more equal, if that's equal in his part. He has more balance, I guess, to go along with Batman in this movie. And I like the pacing of it. It wasn't boring to me at all. I know it's 30 minutes longer, but it wasn't boring to me or felt longer. It felt natural, and the story flowed. Like I said, you got to see more of the Africa scenes and stuff, and how Superman was set up. Okay, and you know how they got the bodies burnt, all together and burnt them, so it looks like Superman uses X-ray vision on it. And you really got to see Lex's the full extent of his evilness, of his full plan. You got the full weight of it, I guess, is what you say, with these additional scenes. Okay, and like I said, and now you can see why Superman had a thing for Batman, because I think in the regular theatrical edition, you got some hints to it, but in this one, you actually see Clark Kent investigating, and you actually see more scenes of him wanting to investigate that and actually investigating it, and you can see why. You got scenes of him going to the precinct to find out about the prisoner that Batman had the police caught, that Batman had branded. You got to see more of the motivation, I guess, and it felt fully. And I like that there was also a scene in there where he called his mom before the visit to the farm, where you see him talking to Superman to her. He actually called as Clark Kent to try to talk, and called her and basically woke her up, because and like I said, and then you actually saw when the bomb exploded at the Senate hearing. You actually got to see the full horror of it before, instead of in the regular theatrical version where you just see Superman with that pain expression on his face. You actually got to see Superman actually helping and bringing the bodies out and observing all the dead bodies, and just the horror of it, the horror of the whole situation, how it hit him. And I think those parts are essential, and I really wish that Warner would have released the full 3-hour version. They should have released the full 3-hour. Like I said, I saw the regular version, and I like that, and I saw it 3 times, but I think they should have definitely released the full 3-hour version. You released the Hobbit movies and the Lord of the Rings movies, and those were 3 hours, and I went to see those, and I was never bored with those. And I think you should have fully released this version. I know that some people still won't like Superman. They don't like. Basically, like I think Deborah Snyder said they don't like when people don't like when you deconstruct heroes. I guess people didn't like the way they did it, but I like that you got more in depth with Superman. You got more of how he would actually feel. I think that is essential in a superhero movie. Like I said, a lot of people they just want to see Superman happy and smiling, and they don't want to see him overly thinking things over, I guess. But I had no problem with it, okay? And now I see, now at the end of this, when after Superman sacrificed himself and for his world, and how people felt bad at the end, of course, now that he gave his ultimate sacrifice for Earth and for the world, and how people are going to feel bad. And then, so when he comes back in the Justice League, people are going to be cheering, and you're probably going to show scenes of people cheering and pumping fists and all that other stuff when he does come back in Justice League, and to save the day. People are going to be, and you're going to see probably a totally different Superman. You're going to see a Superman that's more cheerful and stuff, and more happy and content with himself. Because I think at the end of the movie, this movie, you see how he came to, when he made that sacrifice, he fully embraced who he was. And I think that was the plan all along, was Zack Snyder and them to try to, to kind of do a different take on Superman. And then now that Superman gave the ultimate sacrifice, now the world will be ready to fully embrace Superman, and that's why I think the Justice League movie will be lighter, and Superman will be a different character. He'll be more, he'll be more confident, and I can't wait to see him interact with Batman and Wonder Woman and the Flash and anybody else when he comes back. And I think I just can't. I think Henry Cavill will knock it out, and I only hope that they do in the Justice League. Don't make him come back at the last minute. Make him come back in the third act. As long as that third act is about 45 minutes, okay? That's what I want to see, because I know the Justice League is probably going to be another movie that's almost like 2 hours and a half, probably. So let Superman come back in the last 45 minutes of the movie, okay? You want for the first hour and something and a half of him not be in the movie. I can understand why he's Batman getting the Justice League together and stuff, but let him be fighting the parademons and getting their ass kicked, and all of a sudden Superman comes back. I would love to see a shot of him. You just see his grave, and then all of a sudden you just see him shoot out of the grave, and then you just all of a sudden you see him dive into a thing of parademons and just blow them out and just shoot them with the X-ray vision, and then land, and you see him with the nice gray the gray suit and the long hair. That would be cool, and then just kick ass and help them kick Steppenwolf's ass. And like I said, the Ultimate Edition, like I said, it did fill in a lot of parts. And Jenna Malone's character is not, according to the credits at least, she's not Barbara Gordon in this movie. She's just a ballistics expert helping Lois. So I guess that's what. But like I said, I think Warner Brothers again, they were so concerned about run times, and like if the movie was 3 hours long, you couldn't run it as long as you could run it when it was 2 hours and a half. But I think they should have, especially after seeing this version of it, they should have released this version to the theaters and been confident enough that the movie would have made money. And I think a lot of people would have liked it more. Okay, a lot of the critics of it would have liked it more because there was no quick cuts in this and stuff. And like I said, this movie still has issues, but I think they would have fully embraced this version of it better. Although I did like the theatrical version. I think specifically, there's one thing bothered me, and it was when Lois Lane went to to the ship, and she, after she had thrown away the spear, and she all of a sudden, when she went back, she just, unless there's another scene that I didn't see, where she just basically decides to go into the water, and well, actually she kind of jumps in the water but while she's trying to find the spear, how did she know to look for the spear again? Okay, that part wasn't clear to me. How did she know unless, because I know they said originally it was like a 4-hour version of this movie originally, so maybe in one of those scenes there was a conversation or something about it, and she knew that Doomsday could be defeated with that kryptonite spear, and that's why she went down there to find it again. But other than that, I like this 3-hour version. I think it's, and I do feel bad for Zack Snyder, because this is the version of the movie I think he would have liked to have been released, because like I said, it fully gives you everything that happened. Everything, it details Lex's plan, and especially the woman that was testified in the Senate. She was lying and coerced by Lex, and of course Lex covered his butt by having the Russian after her to push her in front of the train. I thought that was Lex cleaning house, and then of course Clark investigating, going to the jail, speaking with the guy, going to speak to the African lady who testified, who was lying. He was actually doing reporting, and so you actually got to see more of his motivation to stop Batman. You actually saw him being a reporter, and I just think they should have released this version. They really should have, and they should have been confident, they should have been confident enough in it after watching it to say, you know what, this version is the version, instead of letting somebody hack it and do those quick cuts and stuff, which really gave short shrift to certain plot points in the movie. Okay, I think they should have released this version. Like I said, I still like the theatrical version, but this is the version that I'll be watching from now on, the ultimate cut version, because it fully fleshes out the story. Okay, as far as the fight is concerned, I think they added one little thing to it. I think where Superman pushes Batman again. I think it was an initial thing where he walked up to Batman, they walked up to each other and he pushed Batman. And then after some gunfire, he pushed Batman again, and Batman slid again. But I think that was the only additional thing to that. So there was no other fight, scene to it. And I think in the warehouse scene, when Batman throws a crate at the guy, you see the splash of blood on the back of the wall. But I think other than that, nothing's different. And the Doomsday fight, there is an additional. There's more Wonder Woman scenes, I think, for her using the sword. More couple of scenes with her. That scene with Doomsday and them fighting all three of the Trinity is a little extended, but other than that, it's basically the same. So, like I said, I like the Ultimate Edition, and I think the Ultimate Edition again should have been released. I think a lot more people would have enjoyed the movie. Wouldn't have been as harsh on it, even though I wasn't harsh on it. I really liked it, and to me, as I watched the regular theatrical version, it got better to me. But this version of it, the Ultimate Edition, I think it fully fleshes out the plot points, and there's no quick cuts in it that that bothered a lot of people. The quick cuts and the African sequence basically was cut short, and you never got to understand fully all the motivation. Some of it you could have guessed, but this one fully lays it out. You can fully see everything that happens in it, which really, I think, would have benefited the movie to critics and to some fans alike. But I think some people would have never liked it anyway because they still don't like. It still felt like Superman was too depressed and wasn't a positive force, and that Superman should be hopeful and shouldn't be as dark as Batman. But I didn't mind a little introspective being with Superman. I didn't mind that at all. But this version, I like it a lot. And I guess this is the version I'll be watching from now on when I watch it, because I like that it fully fleshed out the story and you got more Clark Kent and more his side of it balances Clark in the movie. It really, and I really think that because it really the regular edition really did get, and I think I said that when I did my initial review that I wish Clark Kent was in it or Superman was in it more, or Clark Kent / Superman was in it more. And this version gives me that, and it gives you more fleshed out Clark Kent, Superman motivations and stuff, and feelings on things, and why he's going after Batman and stuff. Okay, so which I think is a good thing. So I'll be watching this Ultimate Edition from now on, and again, I'm gonna give this Ultimate Edition. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's just really, like I said, there's a few plot points. I still like I said with the Lois Lane and how she knew to get the spear the second time, after she had threw it away. Maybe like I said, I know that they initially said it was like a 4-hour version, so maybe in that 4-hour version, there's a cut scene where Lois actually goes to get this, where somebody explains it to her or she figures it out. But other than that, I like it. And again, as far as the Justice League sequence and the Flash sequence, I love those. I still love those sequences in the movie, and it didn't distract me from the rest of the movie at all. Okay, and maybe they could have put them as after credit sequences, but it really didn't bother me. Actually, I think the Justice League intro is kind of has to be where it is, because when after he breaks the disc down and he emails that to one woman, and then so she knows about these other humans, and so she knows that he knows who she is really, and that kind of spurs her on when she's on the plane to come back to help them. So I think in a way that has to be in there the way it is. Maybe the Flash sequence could have been an after credit scene, but either way, it didn't distract me from the movie at all. So anyway, that's my review of the Ultimate Edition. Let me know what you think of the Ultimate Edition. Like I said, I enjoyed it more, and I think I'll be watching this version of the movie. Every time I watch it, I'll be watching this version because I just like it fully told the story, and it didn't feel extra long to me. It just felt nice and natural, and it didn't bother me at all. And I really wish they would have released this version of it. That would have just, for Zack Snyder's, him taking all these hits from people saying he's a hack and stuff. He didn't. I think there was somebody that said that he was the one that said, but I don't know about that. Because why would you film a movie that you had to edit so much? It makes no sense to me, because this one fully fleshes out the story and gives you, like I said, you get Lex's full motivation in this and the full depth of his plan. Okay, which really it just lays it out there, which is I think which makes this version a better movie. Okay, so again, that's my opinion. Let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. For this channel, I'll have a link to my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions, and links to my Facebook and Twitter. And on my other channel, Paul's Views and Opinions, just hit the subscribe button if you like this opinion. If you don't like it, hit it anyway. Subscribe button anyway. And this is Trepacer Paul saying so long and take care.